So he's in. Danny is done. I mean, it wasn't exactly a secret. I saw Erling Haaland scoring for Norway in their 3-2 win over Sweden yesterday, and now Manchester City have announced Erling Haaland is now officially one of their own. Why did they do it today? It's a 5-year deal. They did it today because it's 22 years to the day since Manchester City signed his dad, Alpha Inge Haaland, on whom Roy Keane left his mark. But all in all, Danny, everybody seems to think this could prove to be a devastatingly brilliant bit of business because this boy is going places.
Well, he's just another tremendous footballer who's joining a squad full of tremendous footballers. So, yeah, he adds firepower. He adds a different dimension to them. We knew it was going to happen. It's going to be interesting to see how he fits in and how quickly he adapts to the way Pep wants him to play and the team plays. But there's no doubt in his abilities. He's a tremendous footballer. Yeah,
I watched him yesterday. Admittedly, Sweden, no world beaters, but when you look at what he's done in the Bundesliga, Simon, 86 goals in 89 games for Borussia Dortmund. This guy knows how to bat the net, and he'll certainly do that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got a live one here in terms of you're buying somebody that's in the here and now at the very top of their game. Now, we can run the argument that the Bundesliga isn't perhaps as competitive as the Premier League, but notwithstanding that, if you score a goal a game in any league, you are some kind of player. And the Bundesliga is a top league. So City have bought something that they arguably have been missing for some time, a central focus for some of their beautiful play and an outcome that may be the thing that was lacking at certain times, albeit what was lacking last year was very little. The margins were so small in terms of what they lacked. I think you've got someone that's been brought in on a price because, you know, his late agent was able to put a situation in place that got him out of a German club at what is considerably looked at now as a discounted price because of the parameters that he could have gone when he was without the clause of release. I'll be fascinated to see how good this boy is. Because we've seen it before. We've seen Timo Werner come over here with a huge reputation, having scored goals in German football, and he hasn't done that. Now, I don't think this boy's going to fall into that trap, but there's going to be a lot of expectation and a lot of anticipation. And those two things will come together to either produce a player that meets those or disappoints. I think he'll meet them. I think he'll score a lot of goals because he's playing in a side that will create chances.
So do I. So City are setting the pace, Danny, but Liverpool doing their darndest to keep pace with them. In fact, this guy's going to cost more. Darwin Núñez, a medical underway with Liverpool. Benfica, it's all agreed, 64 million quid. He's going to cost more than Erling Haaland will. Before I get your take on him, Adel Taarabt. I remember him playing for Harry at Loftus Road.
I played with him at Tottenham.
Did you play with him?
Yeah, I was with him, trained with him every day for a year.
I mean, he was either brilliant or he was pretty darn dreadful, but now and again I saw him being brilliant.
Super talent.
And since then, he's gone on to Milan and has become a bit more lately a Benfica teammate of the aforementioned Darwin Núñez. And he was saying, he couldn't speak highly enough of this guy. This is Taarabt on Núñez.
When we saw him the first training, we understood that one of the best strikers in the world, in my opinion. He has a mix of Cavani and Suarez. He can jump, he can go behind. For me, it's a mix of both. 34 goals, 6 goals in the Champions League, 2 against Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and 2 against Liverpool. And he's 21 years old. The more important he keep his head and focus. And I think, for me, the only thing that if it happened in Liverpool, it would be only the language barrier, you know?
Well, if he does turn out to be a mixture of Cavani and Suarez, then Liverpool fans will celebrate the arrival of this guy, won't they?
Yeah, he's very dynamic. If you watch him play and you see the bit, even if you haven't seen him play and you just look at his videos on YouTube, I mean, I've seen him play a few times, he fits the Klopp mould. So he's good off the ball with his press and his athleticism and desire to win the ball back, which is always important for Klopp. He's a number 9 in the fact that he likes to play off the shoulder, get in behind. He scores headers, penalty spot headers, 6-yard tap-ins. He can score goals where he manipulates the ball with his good feet. He's a big lad, but he's got good feet. Chops it back in 2. I think that's where Adele's talking about any similarity with Suarez. I think he's more Cavani type than a Suarez type, if I'm honest.
Right.
But he has got those great feet. Some of the goals he scored where he's outnumbered in the box and he does those little chops and he'll happily put it away on his weak foot, his left foot as well. But high energy, powerful, dynamic footballer who's going to be... He's one of those players who will easily... I mean, he'll take... The Liverpool fans will take to him easily because he is so dynamic. And even the game at Anfield where he was in the lesser team, if you like, Benfica, and not having as much of the ball, he caused Liverpool problems. He's what is he, 22? I think he's
22.
Just 22.
I mean, is he
so-
the perfect statement response from Liverpool? It seems to me that he is, but by all accounts. And Simon, you tell me a Uruguayan who's come over here and done next to nothing. They all do well when they come here.
Sure.
They all do well.
Sure.
It's either Penarol or Nacional. Suarez played for Nacional. This guy came from Penarol.
Sure. And, of the two, if you're comparing what he's achieved to Haaland's achieved, I think Haaland's played in the more difficult league, so I'm more focused on the fact that I think Haaland is more of a rounded package than this boy will be. But Klopp doesn't buy bad players. Liverpool don't tend to buy bad players. They've had a few false starts, but most of the time they buy players, and these players kick on, and these coaches do what they should do. They make the players even better than they were when they bought them. That's the object and the aim of a coach, and that gets forgotten sometimes in the other parts of the game that people want to scrutinise. Look, I don't think it's a statement in reaction to Man City. It's the cost implications of doing business. Mane looks like he's going to go.
Yeah.
So you needed a replacement. Mane will be whatever Liverpool sell him for will be straight profit for them. So he's run down his contract. He's at the end of his contract with a year to go. So whatever they bought him from Southampton for, when they sell him for 40 million quid or 35 million quid, that'll be all profit.
Which is a lot for a year left.
And so then with this new boy coming in, they put him on a 6-year contract. They pay 65 million quid for him, plus add-ons that will be based upon some level of performance. It's probably a half sensible deal. And the beauty of the Haaland deal, this is a free market deal. The Haaland deal wasn't a free market deal because there's a release clause in his contract. It was no great mercurial bit of business from anybody. Man City had the inside track with him for a variety of different reasons. Man City will probably be able to meet the salary expectations, which maybe other football clubs won't be able to. There's a relationship between the father and the club, but Man City have nicked him by comparison because at £51 million in today's marketplace, Haaland is, but he's not a free market transaction. He's as a result of a contract with a clause. This boy is not a free market transaction, so Liverpool have had to pay the going price.
Yeah. So it's all happening. I mean, it's all beginning to rumble. Where are we now? Monday, the 13th of June, and it is happening because Haaland has now been officially announced at Manchester City.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.